Hello YouTubers, my name is X Factor. How are you? We're on a very pretty and empty Gulf of Oman server, which is a great testing ground because there are some absolute black holes which kill your frames. Everybody knows most of the Karkin maps are poorly optimized in Battlefield 3, and sometimes you turn a corner and your frames just drop like right here. Pay attention to the top right hand number. There's 65 right there as I fly through the construction zone, because we're benchmarking and testing the EVGA GTX 780 SuperClocked with ACX cooling, which I unboxed about 10 days ago, which I'll link down below. I'm not running these in SLI for this test. This is a single 780 SuperClocked with an i7-3770K at 4.5 with an H100 cooler with the upgraded Corsair fans. So it's very pretty, isn't it? And that's not traditional of my videos that I post on my channel, because I typically play on a concoction of ultra, medium, and low settings to try to get me the highest frame rate as possible, because I have a 120 monitor from BenQ. And again, that has to do with fluidity and the motion and helping control recoil and just be on top of the video picture that's available and the technology being used today, including the dreaded motion blur. So why is it so pretty? And what settings are you using? I tried to tax this card as much as possible. Take a look at this. 1080p at 120, everything on Ultra, 4 times MSAA, anti-aliasing post on high, the filter 16 times, and a real killer, the ambient occlusion set to HBAO. So everything and anything that could affect my frames in a negative manner is cranked up to ultra or as high as it can go. And as you can see, the frame rates are pretty nice. If you're using a 60 Hertz monitor, you can crank this thing through the roof as long as you have a CPU that won't bottleneck your video card. Now here's something else that's crazy. I run in a concoction of ultra, medium, high, low, and some things turn to off, and my frames dipped 1 to 2 frames. It's kind of hard to tell. As you see, we go through the construction. At that part, we had a 75 and a 81 dip, but there's spots where you get down to 65 depending on what angle you go through. There's a 75 there, and it's hard to tell, but I think only lost 1 to 2 frames. It's really hard to tell because, again, every different angle you take from high to low and past that you make through this construction zone, there's a different dip that might be associated with it as I try to slow down here. So I only lost 1 to 2 frames. The other thing that cost me frames, which is important to notate, is I use DEX Tori. It's a software that I use to record that goes to a hard drive. I'm losing about 10 to 12 frames using the Matrox codec, recording at a 121 megabit data rate every second. So I'm taxing my system even more by using that software. So anytime you see like a 65 or 70 dip, you could probably add 10 to 15 frames on there. So as you can see, with all the settings jacked up on Ultra and through the roof, the performance is here for this card, especially at 1080p. Again, this is a 3 gig card, so you can play on the higher resolutions or multiple monitors, especially if you SLI this card or so choose to. And again, it only runs at 70 degrees under full load and is extremely quiet. I'm really impressed with this card. I'm really happy with it. And again, check out the unboxing I did about 10 days ago, which I'll link down below. If you have any questions or comments, don't forget to leave those as well. If you enjoyed some of this information or the results on this Gulf of Oman benchmark of the EVGA GTX 780 with ACX cooling SuperClocked, don't forget to leave the old thumbs up. As always, YouTubes, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for supporting me. And in true X Factor fashion, we'll see you soon.